almost 100 by the weekend.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the last, no, actually it's not. Tomorrow will be the last podcast of the season. Today is $2.99. It's like what Pop and Taco used to give, 2 tacos and 3 hot dogs for $2.99 back in the day.
I miss Pop and Taco. What's your name, man?
I'm always popping. Brian Bacchus. I am Brian Bacchus.
I can't read. I'm Jamal Smith. Welcome, everyone. We got Froggy in the middle.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
just about to say that.
Y'all go on and introduce then, because
we got Tina Turner, and she just came back from singing at the lounge last night. It's a sold out concert. She needs her lemon tea today, and so we're all here for it.
Tony Bailey, right?
Tony, you frozen like a mug.
I am. I tell you, I felt froggy this morning. I don't even know why. The more I talk, the more froggy it is.
All the men in all these places. And
So I gotta ask. I saw the pictures, and y'all look dynamic at that event. But tell me about it. How was it? What'd you guys think?
I thought it was excellent. It was very nice. I think Brandon did a great job in putting it together and hosting it. Yeah. And I thought the best speaker of the night was Journey, the 13-year-old.
Yes, she came up there and killed it.
I saw a snippet of that. She sounded powerful.
She was.
Yeah.
Amazing young lady.
It was a nice turnout, too. It was sold out. Everybody was dressed to kill. It was cool. I got there at 5 because I was starving. And so I went to the bar and had a drink and some chicken wings.
I was gonna say,
because dinner wasn't going to get served for a while. So, but you know what? They had a photo booth out there. We took lots of pictures. They had step and repeat. They had some quick announcements in the lobby as people were coming in, so that you could kind of get the gist of what was going to go on. And yeah, it was cool. It's like people showed up and showed out. It was excellent.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful event for the community, which is, yeah. A couple things I didn't like, but I'll keep that to myself.
Yeah, that's.
hey,
I did feel
room for improvement, no matter what's done, right?
Yeah, I just think, again, when we're talking about having something amazing for the community, being positive, especially when it comes to Black excellence, don't get up and say, those of you before either get with the program or whatever. And that was Brandon. And straight out, I'll just say it. That, to me, wasn't necessary. And that's improvement for him. His speech was cool or whatever. And he got up there when I think Miss Juanita Tillman was about to speak and people were having loud conversations and said, hey, let's give her the honor and respect that's due. And that's true. But then the part where it was like, basically, I'll summarize. We're the young people. We're coming up now. If you all middle or older don't like what we're doing, you can kick rocks, right? And then said, effective tonight is when we need to all work together. So that, to me, I was like,
we already been working together.
A little contradictory.
Yeah, it's like, no, because you're still a baby. You're in your 30s. And yes, you might be aiming for political office and you're president of the NAACP and doing amazing things in the community. Nobody can ever take that from Brandon. But that part right there, you still need those whose shoulders you stand on to make you who you are and for some of your connections. So don't come in and be like, that I did not like. Other than that, I thought what he had to say was good, was great. So that hopefully he can, if they recorded it or whatever, he can look back in the future and be like, okay, let me rephrase, right, that statement, because you could literally have some of those that are older in the community that have been doing this work for as many years as you've been alive say, oh, that's how he feels? Okay. And cut it off, right? And then you may not have access to places or people that you need. So that's
Right.
what I'll say about that. But of all the speakers, and then, James Farr, and Tavis Smiley were there, and they do their thing. Again, I'm not a militant person, though I was in the military. I don't speak militantly. Both of them are a little bit more militant for me than my liking. And that's who they are, right? Like that's who they are. So James got up, and I remember as he was speaking, he was like, yeah, and you need to stand. I hate when people do this. You need to stand for this man, da-da-da-da-da. I didn't stand. Because to me, if you want to say, welcome this person, and you go through his resume of things, if people want to stand and applaud him or whatever, please do so. I was glad Maddie was there from the Black Freedom Fund, because they really were the major key sponsors and all of that. And Maddie and I have had several emails over the last few months. And so it was great to get to actually meet her in person. But it was overall an amazing event. Like he said, the outside, I didn't go to the photo booth part because I got there, I think, at 6:30. And I was just trying to get in the door, like, I'm here late. And that was still early, right? But I had been in the Valley all day at this Laugh, Cry, Heal thing that Erica Campbell does at her and her husband Warren Campbell's church, Cali Worship. So it's over on McClay. Off you get off to go on McClay, but off the 118. And so I got there at 10, and I was there till like 4:20, knowing I had to be at this thing in Pasadena. Okay. So had to come back, change, freshen up, I'll say that, change all that, and get back by 6. And so, freeway traffic on the 210 is what it is. But overall, that Ruby McKnight Williams, in my brain last night, Brian, I posted the pictures on Facebook. Some I took, some you took, and put in our thing. But I kept saying Ruby Bridges. My brain was stuck on Ruby Bridges, right? Who is the young lady that was in the bombings for school integration way back. So in the 60s. So I typed literally the Ruby Bridges gala, Pasadena NAACP gala was phenomenal or was great or whatever, and then had to go back and change it and put Ruby McKnight Williams, because I was like, it is not Ruby Bridges, Tony, take that off, like put that. But I think it was phenomenal. Those were little areas that I was like, oh, if I were going to be critical or nitpicky, just that some of the verbiage maybe should be adjusted. But it was beautiful to see everyone there who supported it, regardless of what culture they were or what shade of melanin is in their skin. To see, hey, even Ash was a little dressed up. She had on almost like a black tuxedo with her cap.
You know what I told her she looked like? I said, you look like you was dancing in the video with Janet Jackson, 1814.
Okay, yeah.
Remember they had the hat with the little thing on it? I thought she was getting ready to go, ho, ho, ho.
So yeah, Ash Level was there.
She goes, I've never seen that. I said, go look up Janet Jackson.
Oh yeah, she's too young.
Be proud. Yeah, you'll be proud to know that you channeled that whole. But I told her the beautiful thing about 1814 is it was about coming together, and it was about activism. You had to really listen to the words. She's doing exactly what you're doing, and so you channeled it perfectly. It was beautiful.
And then I saw what's his name, Sal, who was there, and Sal said,
Sal was all decked out, had his suit on, looking ready.
He did. As soon as he saw me, he came over and gave me a big hug, and I said, hey, I gotta get you back on the podcast. He literally hasn't been on since last year, obviously 2025. No, after March 8th he was on, but yeah, yesterday was March 8th, which was 1 year since we had our town hall, our builders town hall at Victory. And then, so yes, I told him, yep, get in touch with me, we'll bring you back on, right? So that was good to see him.
Yeah, he told me he has 6 homes going up right now.
Good. Yeah, I told him, I said, I'll bring you on and come back on and talk about what you're doing, right? And so he was like, yeah, I think that'll be good. Hold on. Why is it no longer connected? They're so stupid. Anyway, so but I think that it was excellent. Brandon put a lot of hard work in. And that was evident by it being sold out. I don't know what meal you had. I had the salmon.
I did too.
Okay, yeah. The chicken, I think I've had it there before because we had something there when our bishop was about to retire a couple of years ago, and it was like a breaded chicken. So when I walked in and it was like vegetarian salmon or chicken, I was like, I'll do the salmon. And it had that mango chutney or whatever.
With the carrots and the asparagus tips.
Yeah, I didn't have any carrots, but I did have the asparagus. My
They
plate, my
carrots in yours? They had two
no, and it was all good.
Julienne carrots.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about carrots anyway, but I got the asparagus and it was
carrots,
good.
especially when they're cooked right.
And then the guy was saying, at my table, it was so funny because our waiter was going around and he asked me, did I want dessert, right? He asked me, he didn't even ask. He came and put the cheesecake in front of me and I said, no, thank you. And then he was like, okay, he took it to somebody else. Then he came back, put another one. I said, no dessert, thank you. And then 3 of the women wanted carrot cake and one spoke Spanish. So she said it to him in Spanish. And he, no mas, no mas. I said, yes, it is more, because that man took a whole tray of it back in the kitchen right there, because we were seated not far from the kitchen door. And the guy just took a tray with like 10 plates of carrot. I said, go get it out the kitchen. And so they started laughing. They were like, oh, you don't play. I said, he can't say there's no more when it's a whole tray that just went in and he's going to go get your carrot cake. So he came and he brought 2 plates out, but didn't give it to the girl that asked. And I said, wait a minute. I said, 1, 2, 3. I said, they all want, I was saying in my mouth like this, carrot cake. Please go back in the kitchen and get them their carrot cake. And they laughed. They said, oh, we need to go places with you more because you're going to make sure we get what we have.
That's comedy.
And so then when he brought the carrot cake, he brought 4 out. He gave them those 3 and he put 1 in front of me.
Because he didn't want you no problems from you after all.
Right.
That.
I already told him no dessert twice, right?
Because he wasn't taking no chance.
And I said, no dessert at all, nothing, because he had already brought me the cheesecake.
Yeah, he didn't want no problems. He wanted a good review.
And I said, no, nothing, thank you, because it's Lent and I'm fasting from sweets. So, and one of the ladies at the table, she said, oh, you're good. I don't know if I'd have been able to keep up with it with all this. And I said, no, it's something I gave up. So. But he brought them their carrot cake and they were like, oh, yeah, we need to hang with you more. I was like, no, you guys really don't. And then I went and saw Heavenly. She had passed me. She didn't see me. So I went and hugged her. I saw Senator Sasha Renee. She's in session again till probably about May. She said she does come home as often as possible, but they're in heavy session trying to get bills, passed and all that kind of stuff right now. But she said, hi, how are you guys doing? I don't know if you walked up and actually saw her, but she asked about all of us. And I said, everybody's doing great and it's going well. We'll be on episode 300 on Tuesday. She was like, oh, when I'm free, I'll come back on, which means in the summer when they're out of session. I said, no problem. I said,
no problem. We'll be here.
Exactly. I said, no problem. I said, thank you for all you're doing. That money you just got allocated for, the ADUs and all the stuff that you're doing. And so that was good. I went to go see Judy Chu, comes from Chu, after she sat down, but she sat down and I think she dipped about 5-10 minutes later because I walked over that way and I said, Michelle, she left. She said, girl, she just got up. I think she did. I said, okay. And so I missed her. Not a big deal. Michelle and she kept saying, we got to take a picture before we leave. I said, okay. Never did. But Michelle looked great because I always see Michelle in pants. And she had a black dress and stuff on. She looked great.
And so funny. She walks around and tells everyone after you tell her this, she looks on it, $40.
She wants folks to know she was frugal.
I love it so hard.
I love
it. Your man's suit costs more than what you spend on it. She goes,
right.
Exactly. And then she looked at him, exactly.
Look, she's like,
we on a budget, fool. What you doing?
Right. She's like, hey, neighborhood servants is out here servants is out here really serving, but I'm not spending y'all money on my stuff, right?
Right. So, no, I look like I am.
Right.
But
she looked fabulous.
Yeah,
right.
She did.
Fabulous. I pulled out a dress from probably 2018 or something and put that on because it's in my closet.
Hey.
Man, y'all were looking nice.
You wore it once before that?
No, I've worn it several times, but I take care of my clothes and I buy quality clothes,
I
right?
feel you on the taking care of my clothes. How I miss taking care of my clothes.
Yeah. So I don't send anything to the dry cleaners, even if it says dry cleaners. I have a bag that I can put in my dryer on that setting and put the little, dry clean type packet in there. But I take really good care of my clothes. I do hand washing on some things. So I was like, this is what it's going to be tonight. And the purse and the shoes that I bought 6, 7, 8 years ago with that dress. So that's what it's going to be. And that's what it was.
I have been called Frederick Douglass, Crispus Attucks, Don King, but I got a new one last night.
The epitome. Oh, I love this one.
Yeah.
Cornell. I got Cornell West last
Come here, Cornell.
This lady really ran up to me and she was so excited. Can I take a picture with you? I was like, sure. Then she told somebody else, I just took a picture with Cornell West, and it was to Marsha that she told it. That's not Cornell West.
Right.
That's
like
right.
where?
That ain't Cornell.
Like where's Cornell?
Oh, God. That was so funny. That made my night. That was funny when I found it out.
Hilarious. Yep, that's about right. Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah, you don't have to get the bathroom mirror.
What do the young kids do? Clock it or whatever that crap is.
Right.
And my daughter was like, Mom, they do it wrong. It actually originated with opera, and it's supposed to be this finger like
silent clapping.
Yeah, we do. So she was like, everybody does stuff and changes, but whatever they do. Yeah, it was an amazing turnout, and it was a wonderful event. Wonderful event.
Man, I tried to do one of those walkthrough to get everybody, and I almost fell on this lady, and I had to stop.
I kind of saw that.
And wait, go back to that picture.
It was well attended.
It was. I don't know her name. I forgot her name, and I have to look at my program. But this lady sang a cappella to our Black National Anthem, right? Lift Every Voice. Mm-hmm. Every single stanza, every line, everything that I didn't even know. And I'm glad he had it in the program because we were able to follow along. Mm-hmm. We all know lift every voice and sing till it. But all the rest of it that we don't know. And I mean, she was phenomenal.
Word for word.
And then Angie, our own Angie Fisher, whose birthday was just this weekend. The night before, I think Friday night, was her birthday. Or was it Saturday? No, I think it was Friday was her birthday. But anyway, she came and sang a couple times, and she always sounds great. And so she sounded and looked great. There's Natrick. Look, I saw him passing by. I was like, Jeff. He didn't hear me. I said, Jeff. And he turned around. He was like, Tony. And he gave me good eyes.
Yeah, that's our new sponsor.
Yeah.
Oh, got you.
Yeah,
talk about that. What does that mean? Does that have anything to do with the thing on the bottom of our screen?
Yes.
Bro?
So we're going to sign a finalized deal this weekend for sponsorship. He's going to sponsor the next 5 months of a wellness series that I'm trying to put together. I haven't locked down locations yet because we only got 2 solidified dates from him and his partner. Mm-hmm. One is in April and the other one's in May, and I won't announce them until we actually finalize them with the venue, because first you got to talk to these guys to find out when they're available. Once you find out when they're available, always ask for 2 dates because they might not have that date available. So we got to ask for this other date. But tomorrow night I go before the board of trustees at the Eagles to solidify 2 of the dates. Mm-hmm. I talked to Brandon Lamar, Tony, about Harambe. So he told me to give him a call this week to find out what dates are for June. Was it June, July, August?
I keep doing that. Sorry.
And once I put everything together, I'll run it by you guys, the proposal and everything, before I sit down with him.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So that everybody's on the same page.
I was really just wanting you to give a little explanation of the banner going across.
So if people paid attention to our website and also what we've been saying on here for the past year, We offer sponsorships on 3 different levels. We have a membership that you can join to, help us out every month or every year. We have a sponsorship package for businesses so that you can have your branded stuff and present our show under your name. And then we have a media project that we're working on that I'm not really exactly asking for sponsors for right now, but that's the 3 sponsorships. Now, they've been up there for a year. This man decided to take advantage for 5 months of those sponsorships. So here's the thing. He goes, so I want to do 5 months, but I want to have the option to do 5 more. I said, hey, I'll give it to you first.
That's right.
Because I'm going to tell you right now that the cat's out the bag and you're going to see our new overlay come the beginning of season 7.
Wednesday.
7? Yeah, Wednesday, you'll see a new overlay and it'll have all of the branded stuff on there. So at that point, we will be branding for Natrix as a sponsor for the next 5 months. I can barely get the words out. But I tried to take as many pictures as I could of like the displays and stuff like that, so you kind of get a gist of what it was really for and why they were doing it. So that was cool.
Thank you, B.
I saw Chris and Falante and told him, I said, nice, you got your pop-up stuff in here. He was like, yeah, there's been such a positive response, and all of that. And so that was good that was there. For those that didn't get to go see it at the convention center before, and it was, as you led into this event.
All right, that was Brandon Lamar's personal bodyguard for the night. Otto Evans. Otto's out there. He's trying to do a
Brandon needs one.
No, he don't.
Right.
He just wanted people like to be approaching him, like, he's trying to get through the thing. And Otto is bold. He'd be like, yeah, move out the way. Yeah, so slow down. Hey, watch yourself. But he's really polite with it. Watch yourself now. Watch yourself.
If you were too close to Brandon?
No, because Brandon was like, just, I just need you right here to, when we get ready to make announcements, he'll tell him. And Otto's got a really loud voice. So
okay.
He was out there booming. I was calling him Vavoom. And look at the ladies of distinction up there.
Michelle looking fabulous. Look at Juicy in the middle. I love her. She's so sweet. And I loved what Heavenly had on. I was like, park ranger hat with the other stuff.
She don't play.
With her long braids. And
all y'all had a standout look. So
yeah, you all look really nice.
Told you my eyes closed when I smiled. You should have waited till my eyes were open.
Actually, I should have put the other picture up because I did have one with your eyes open.
That's okay. But there's Ash on the end. Yeah, it was a wonderful.
Yeah, so go back to that picture, Jamal. See how she was channeling Janet Jackson 1814. With the little hat on and everything.
And all her black. Yep. Altadena Rising. So this is, I forgot her name, but next to Ash, in between Ash and Michelle, a young lady.
Shannon?
Ash is now like, Tony, okay, I'm ready. I've been trying to get Ash to come on the show for a whole year.
Well, you know what she told me, right? She goes, how many people can be on? I said, how many people you got?
Right. It's only like 2-3 of them.
Yeah, because we can put 10. So
right.
Don't play with us.
She was like, we're ready. I was like, all right, hit me up this week, Ash. She said, okay. Because I literally have begged her a zillion times to come on the show. And she's like, she gets shy when she has to publicly speak. So this young lady now will come on and talk about everything and all that. And Ash may or may not actually log on. She might be in a room or just be in the background or whatever. But she was super excited. She was like, can we come on? I was like, that's a given. You got an open invitation. You have for years. She was like, okay, good.
Right. Y'all was one of the first ones we approached.
First. Yeah.
Because we want to get some of that young blood in the scene to show people that it ain't just older folks out here trying to help out. It's,
no.
Mid-range.
Well, again, back to Brandon's point, we know what he's saying, right? Because the ones that are older than us that are still very involved and active. From Wilberta, it was funny because Wilberta runs the Altadena NAACP or the Chamber of Commerce? I think, no, Judy Matthews, I think, is the chamber. Wilberta runs the NAA. So we were walking in and I said, my mom had said something about, I got to go to this thing. I said, you had an event? She said, yeah, it's whenever, or was during the day, that day or whatever. I was like, my mom was telling me that I got to, that she was going or something. And she said, who's your mom? I said, I know you know my parents. She said, who? I said, Al and Jackie Bailey. She fell out hollering. She was like, really? I didn't know that was your parents. And I was like, you know how long I've known them? I said, probably longest we've lived in Altadena. Yeah. Or something, right? So it was so funny because, people have been working with us over the past year, not realizing who our parents are, and we're that next generation, and they've been friends with our parents for a long time. So talked to her for a quick second and excuse me. And that's it. So but it's just interesting because that generation, then our generation, then these ones under us that are our children's generation, which are the Brandons, the Ash, all of them, right? Are the ones that are taking up the helm, and it's got to pass through to get to those. So it was fabulous to see every generation there. I was so happy he honored Miss Tillman, because I call her like the Altadena grandma, like Mother Dorothy used to be, right before she passed, like the Altadena grandma. But a big difference. Miss Tillman was the teacher, or like Miss Smith, right? And they would get on you, about. She's also a link and a delta. So Miss Tillman is super elegant and, all of that. So you knew if you're dealing with her, how that was going to be. And then Miss Smith, as your teacher at Mirror, you knew how it was going to be dealing with Miss Smith if there was an issue. But she would not just be your English teacher. She would go beyond that. So she was like everybody's mama, right? Or auntie or whatever. And so it's just a trip to see like all of our older mamas, aunties, grandmas. And I told somebody, I said, y'all realize I'm an elder now, and I'm moving into that whole thing because we're next up. And so we got to show love and kindness and compassion and give that wisdom to this next generation as we can. So I get that message of, yes, we all got to come together and be united, but they've got to get, the next generation is the clap back generation, and they want to clap back, but don't clap back and cut your foot off, bruh. Or lady, because if you can't always be ready to just get it, because then there's some of us that are ready to get it too with you, right? And we'll be like, oh, for real type thing. So that communicative style thing has to really be developed when it comes to multi-generational and working together to make sure that everybody has the same thing. And I think you mentioned it, Brian, or someone said, well, Brandon said we're all one big community. I said, as Dena, we are. I said, but we're separate. We're Altadena. Altadena's not Pasadena. Pasadena's not Altadena, right? It's absolutely separate because one's a town and very close-knit and very, no, you're not coming in here type thing, right? Very guarded and protective. And then there's Pasadena down the hill from us, the city. It is what it is. But when we talk about Dena, it is one big community. And we all operate differently generationally, right? And so that meshing of generations and how you talk to one another and all of that has some work to be done, but I know that it will be done well and in love, and it's going to work itself out, because if nothing else, we have seen this community as a whole come together like crazy in the last 14 months and are still constantly pressing that mark forward to make sure that everybody that can come back and wants to come back comes back. So I love that. Absolutely love to see all that unity.
Yeah, I did run into Eddie Newman last night. She told me to tell you, Jamal, to tell Miss Smith hello.
Oh, definitely. Man,
yeah, she's another one.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to go over there and say hi to her, but I did see her over in where she was sitting, and yeah.
I'm glad
it's so
she was
funny to see my teachers that were taller than me when I was in high school to become hella shorter than me. I was like, wow, that It does not equate with me. My elders are always stronger and taller, and gave you the stern looking down. Now they go stern looking up.
I was gonna say they still give you a stern whatever. It might
Now
not be.
Now they're looking at
You better watch it, buddy. I'm gonna cut you.
Why I oughta.
Right. 10 times me credit.
How funny.
That is hilarious. Well, I'm glad you guys had a good time. Looked like, everybody obviously went there for the purpose of the community.
I went there for
and
the
supporting
salmon.
everybody. You went there for the what? The salmon?
Salmon.
Because you was famished.
No, I had already ate, but that actually came right on time because it was on exactly like 2.5 hours later.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, that's cool. But again, y'all look fabulous. Everybody did, not just you two, of course, but you definitely did. And man, represented. That's a beautiful thing.
hey,
So, is this going to be something that will be like an annual event for a minute or two?
You know what? It must be, but I think it's the first one for Brandon because he became the president or was installed, I think, the day before the fires.
Yeah,
but
so it didn't really happen last year.
This was the 36th.
Oh, okay.
Ruby McKnight, I want to say Bridges again, Lord. Ruby McKnight Williams. I'm telling you, Ruby Bridges is embedded in my brain, right? Not Ruby McKnight.
Every time I hear Ruby, I think of Ruby D.
Oh.
And you keep saying Bridges, and I'm thinking Ruby Ridges. Wasn't Ruby Ridge? Wasn't that like some military something? Or
Yes.
I'm hearing all kind of different things.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a
That'd
30.
be really cool. Good,
I
good,
did
good.
hear them say that.
Good.
So I have a confession that I don't even know who Ruby McKnight Williams is. And so if I look it up, it just says that she first arrived in Pasadena. Oh, this is an old one too. And joined the NAACP. And was it she joined it or she started it in Pasadena? I'll have to read. Let's see. She was a member of the National Youth Board of the NAACP for 7 years and is a past president of the Pasadena chapter. Okay, so she arrived in Pasadena and joined that chapter. It's a super old article, reminds me of when we were little, because my, then there's an article that says activist 90 sees the fruits of her labor for equality. There's another one in the Los Angeles Times. So if you look her up, you can get some more information on her.
I'm on my podcast.
Yeah, Miss Ruby McKnight Williams, retired president of the Pasadena NAACP. Okay, so that's exactly who she is.
Oh.
Because every time my brain, when we would say Ruby, always went to Bridges. Seriously. And it just so happens to be that both of them were civil rights advocates from a long time ago, right? Well, Ruby Bridges is still alive because she was just born in 54, September 8th, 54. But the fact is, she literally was one of the first children to attend an all-white school for the integration, and everybody knows about that. You can go look up Ruby Bridges' movie. It's out there. But I didn't know who Ruby McKnight Williams was. So I was glad that I was able to attend this thing to honor her. And I'm going to read all of these articles because I just didn't know who she was. But I'm thankful that she was a civil rights activist also and a past president of the Pasadena NAACP, and that she did everything that she could do. I remember my grandfather signed us up for NAACP when we were little, and he would ship our membership cards out from New Orleans.
Oh, nice.
Paid for him always. I think he said we were, I know we were part of the national NAACP. I thought he gave us lifetime memberships, but I'm sure that has changed because whatever it was back when we were little wouldn't pay for the entire rest of our life. I know.
Well, you never know. If you pay for lifetime now and it goes up 10 years later, I mean, you still got your lifetime.
Should be grandfathered in.
Yeah, I'll have to check. But
well, I was talking to Dr. Sims, and he was telling me, I said, so what is this actually for? And he said, so it's actually recognition. We honor people, but we also offer memberships. So you got 3 tiers of memberships that are lifetime based. So you can figure out which one you would like to do. And I said, okay, I'm gonna check them out because I would like to be a part of it, but I want to be a part of it that matters, not just some inactive person.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they did do a moment of silence for Jesse Jackson.
Yeah.
I do remember that. That was a wonderful situation. And be quiet for a minute.
So, when the young lady came and spoke, was she a recipient or is she a guest speaker or both?
Journey? No, she wasn't a recipient, but he had her speak. She was 13 or 14. When I tell you, articulate, eloquent, well beyond her years, amazing young lady. And she is, she just talked about adults and how adults have to basically work on bridging that gap, right? Because the youth can't just be talked down to, basically. They have to be engaged and involved. And that's a part of sharing the wisdom, right? But she was amazing. She is going to be, she's already somebody, but she's going to be somebody like, I'm sure, in Congress or who knows what, or maybe president or something in latter years. And I wish that we can get her whole entire speech. I got to see what I was able to record, but she's an amazing young lady. And just the way that she spoke was just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. Bryant, what else would you say about her and what she said?
She was just very strong, but also nervous. It was funny when she came off the stage, she went straight out the door.
Well, I saw her walk past me and I said, great job. And she walked over where her parents were and sat down.
Oh, okay. Well, it was funny because as she was coming off the stage, Alfred was trying to get her picture, but she was going so fast. And he had all those cameras on her. He gave up when he got to our table. I said, you can go catch her over there. He said,
right.
That's the one thing I did not want to do last night, is run around taking pictures. I want to enjoy an event for once. I'm always the one out there taking the pictures. And, it's so funny. You'll take pictures of stuff and won't get anything out of it. Because you're so focused on getting that next person, when they come off the stage, get them. You're not hearing anything. So it was nice to be able to pay attention for once. So.
It was. To sit and not do the work. And I'm sure for you.
Oh, God. Wasn't it? It was wonderful.
How long was the event?
4 hours.
I left at like 10 or...
It was about 9:30.
9:35 or something? Yeah, because I was like,
it was winding down, and I think Tavis was going to take it out and stayed for a few minutes of it, but I had already been there since 5 o'clock and I was tired. And so was Tony. She had already had a long day. So we both decided that we're going to exit stage right out the front door.
I did. And I'm glad I did, because it was before the onslaught of everybody leaving and going to the valet. Let me tell you, it was at the Pasadena Hilton. My brain had Pasadena Convention Center. So I went there and the girl was like, that event's not here. So I had to call Brian. I was like, oh, around the corner. Let me go. Whatever. Just so much. So I went on and went and wound up talking or getting there. And the guy was like, I'm going to get out of my car for him valet, right? And he's like, oh, there's no more valet. It's full. You'll have to self-park. And I said, no, I won't. And yes, there will be valet. And he said,
I might be small, but I carry a big stick.
I was like, no, you guys will be valet in my car because I'm not self-parking. He was like, well, you go down and there's a parking lot in the back that belongs to somebody else. And then you walk through. I said, no, not me. Yeah, I said, not me, not tonight. And I proceeded to start putting my shoes on because I don't drive in heels because they get messed up. And he said, he leaned in because he saw, like, I'm going to have to valet her car. So he said, okay, I'll do it for you. Just don't tell anybody else to do. I said, I don't care what you have to do, but I'm valeting. I said, there is still valet for me.
You won't compromise at all. Like, no, you're gonna do this.
I know people can't stand me, and that's okay. I'm just very confident, and you're not going to tell me there's no valet left. You will be valet in this car. So
I'm glad you got your valet. And I'm sorry the guy got fired afterwards.
Oh no, that wasn't the worst of it. So when we're leaving, the valet dude was pulling past the people.
right.
We just got finished standing up, got on these hard shoes. Women got on heels. You gonna make them walk down to the car that you're supposed to pull right up in front?
Yeah,
so of course he got ate up twice by Tony.
Not by me at all. No. First things first. That was not the same guy that helped me in the beginning, and I didn't eat him up.
No, I ain't
The
talking
other
about in the
lady-
beginning. I'm talking
The
about
other
the
lady
dude
that was
who
standing
pulled up
there.
later.
The other woman that was standing there, she was like, why are you passing and we gotta walk way down there? I was standing there quietly. And so don't be talking about he got ate up twice by me, because I didn't eat this young man up at all.
No, he got
my
ate up
car.
twice, once by you.
No, but he didn't get ate up by me, because I didn't say anything negative to him at all. He came and he parked my car where it was, and I said,
I have
very
a different
good.
perspective.
I said, very good. And he said, yeah, I wasn't going to do that again, because he tried to do it twice, right? And then some people were kind of waiting on me because, again, I was taking my heels off, putting my flip-flops on. And I was like, they'll be okay.
Well, that was his fault, too, for pulling the car. Like, he pulled the car at like an angle
Crooked. He
and
did
blocked
pull it in.
everybody.
I was just like, whatever. But I didn't eat him up. But I did tell him, I said, oh, I already tipped over there. That's what I let him know. Because, you
You ain't
usually
getting
give me a
nothing.
tip.
You get some Nathan.
Yeah. And I gave the people $40, and my valet was 18. So I told the guy, I gave him 40. I said, give me 10 back, right? And he's like, okay. He gave me 10 ones, and 2 of them were, when I say filthy. And they were all different directions. And I'm super meticulous.
You should give him the stripper ones.
Right. My money has to be all one direction. I can't have dollar bills fold different, all that. So I'm going through it, and I'm like, oh, this is dirty. And I looked at him and I said, here, y'all know I'm bougie or prissy or whatever. So I
bills
go,
were nasty.
no, they were. And I said, no. I said, you don't just have a 10. You give me all these ones like I'm going to the club, the strip club or something.
You need to save them for yourself.
Right. And so the guy was like, y'all know me now after a year, know how literal and how prissy I am and all that. But people out there in the public don't, but I am who I am. So
They do now.
I said,
They know from this show. What is she talking about?
and so his boss was like, here, give her this 10, right? Because he understood.
Yeah.
I said, plus you guys need these ones when people give you a tip or give back or whatever.
Yeah, give these nasty things to somebody else.
Yeah. And then he gave me the 2 back. And I said, give me 10 back.
He's taking away from his own tip.
Right. I'm giving y'all the $12 tip. Like, why are you giving me 2 back when I gave you 40? My valet is 18. I said, give me 10 back. And so his boss was over there looking, shaking his head, kind of chuckling, and handed the 10.
That's why they need to be watching Sesame Street. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Learn the count.
So that was funny. But I mean, that was cool. And then I dropped Brian off at the building.
Numbers are universal. They don't change. Right.
Man.
Yeah.
2 morons.
Take
your nasty dollars away.
I was like, ooh, no, they're not okay.
Sorry.
It was probably like, this lady can get in her car and leave. But
immediately.
It was all good.
Love it.
Well, it's not a good day if we don't have some kind of shenanigans that we have to deal with.
And I seem to be the queen of them at times, and I'm okay with that.
Nah, you about just getting stuff done,
That's all good. We had a great time. I think that's the only event I went to this weekend. Oh, Altadena Carson Coffee had their 1-year anniversary. I went live from that.
Yeah. That was well great. Super attended, right?
Yeah. Oh, packed.
Yeah, those are in the spec now.
They presented him with the signature frame as well as a big, those big logos that they make out of tin that they put in bars for like Pabst Blue Ribbon and all that. So he had to get big tin and sit out drinking Cars and Coffee, and Hippo presented it to him. And so he said, next year it's going to be Hippo's turn. Hippo was like, nah.
Right.
I'm not doing all that.
I love it.
But yeah, it was like some really nice cars up there again. I mean, people are starting to come out more and bring you see every type of car now. I mean, it's not just, one type of car. It's
regular old everyday cars, fixed up ones. Oh, so go ahead and finish talking about that.
If you look at the video later, or we might show it tomorrow after Tony's segment. This one guy had a car with a Bob's Big Boy in the passenger seat. Mm-hmm. And he had a record player that they had from like 61 that played 45s in the car. It was upside down, so you press the records up on it. And so I said, man, if that wasn't big pimping back then, you imagine taking your lady out and going, baby, let me put on some of this Marvin Gaye. And you don't have a radio, you got the album in the car. But it was cool. It was like a lot of stuff I don't get to see too often. So it was there was so many people that they had to park down the street now. It's like no parking. It's gotten popular. It's like 1 year anniversary and it's still going. So Dave Stone was excited. He doesn't know what to say. Words always elude him because it's just too much. You remember when he was on the show? I just hope somebody else can take this over. He was like, I'm good, but I need some help. But yeah, it worked out. It was cool. I liked it. That was so those are the only real 2 events I went to, which the only ones that really mattered at the point. And I was out because at this point, it's hard to figure out if you're going to be able to make events because they all happen at the same time.
Right. A lot of overlap. A lot of simultaneous.
Yeah, there were so many events this weekend. I think Saturday, what was it? At least 10 or so that you announced. Mm-hmm. I was like, it's boggling to the mind.
But there was another car event yesterday. It was on Colorado Boulevard between Rosemead and just before Target. So it extended well past Madre Boulevard. I happened to be coming back from Home Depot and I'm driving. I'm looking on the side oh, that's a nice fixed up car, like a, lowrider or whatever. And then they fixed up, a couple trucks. And then I keep seeing them parked on the side and people are in their fold out seats right next to them. And then I kept driving. And I looked on the other side and they had all kind of cars just parked. So they had a car show on Colorado. I saw Way of Life Car Club and a couple other ones, but I couldn't believe that they actually went the length of Colorado. Like I said, from Rosemead to basically Target. People were out walking, looking at them, and they did a little cruising on that as well. So I don't know if they do that on a regular basis or if it was just something special that particular weekend, but that was actually pretty cool. I called a couple people and let them know because I knew they were car heads. So yeah, that was actually pretty cool.
I love seeing events that are happening. I mean, we had 1,500 plus last year. I think we've got so many this year already, especially with the the visuals and it's kind of almost weird because every day I get a memory from the year before on this day.
Yeah. And
so it kind of I don't want to post that. I don't want to see that one either. So it kind of gets a little weird. But overall, some of the memories are great. Like when we had the town hall and, the memories pop up from that as of yesterday because it was last year on a Saturday.
Yep.
So
I'm at about 175 thus far.
Today, right. This
These are ones that are not like active, because I have a few that are, the weekly stuff like the We Out Here and what have you. And I have the ones that are from the county with the Altadena Community Center that, I kind of didn't count. But all the ones that have passed the events that are just like one timers, it's about 175 so far that we've announced thus far this year.
Right.
And that's really only in 2 months. Because we're barely into to March.
Right. In fact, it's been, if we start to count down, 2 months past the anniversary date.
So that's roughly about 3 a day. Anyway, I don't think I needed to take it to that level because that's not completely accurate. But 175, man, that's crazy. And many, many more to come. Many, many more to come. And with that in mind, perhaps I should start the announcements.
Well, before you do that, I want to give some special shout outs to some people that have joined us. Marcus, of course, as usual, always.
Marcus.
We got E. Slates has joined. Roz Toes has joined.
What's up, Roz Toes?
Lynn 8919 says, hello, everybody. Hello, Tony. Roz Toes says, peace, y'all, and threw up the car sign.
Peace to the
guys.
guys.
She was gang banging with the Bloods and the Crips on the cars colors. No, just playing. And then I got my jazz enthusiast, Linda Sam, came on all the way from Las Vegas.
Vegas.
So we got a lot of people join today. And let me hold on. Go ahead and go into the announcements. I got to jump over here real quick.
You want me to go or no?
Yeah, go ahead. Do it.
Hold on. Let me. All right. Almost there, folks. Just un momento, por favor. All right. Do the announcements. Here we go. Sorry about that. So we're going to start with Project Passion's Freedom Shop. It's for the Eaton Fire survivors, and it is by appointment only. It happens on Mondays and Tuesdays from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and also on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Harambe Ministries, which is located at 1609 Navarro Avenue in Pasadena. To book your appointments, go to calendly.com/Project Passion Inc. All together, one word, or you can scan the QR code. And then the Eaton Health Village continues to have their free medical and mental health clinics located at 1280 East Washington Boulevard in Pasadena. These happen on Mondays and Wednesdays from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. They do accept walk-ins, but you can also call to set up your appointment or to ask questions at 951-595-7032. And as a reminder, the services that they provide each Monday and Wednesday regularly are medical consultations, medication refills, and mental health services and case management. And on a monthly basis, they have vision and dental services. So if you need either of those, vision or dental, give them a call to find out which of those Mondays and Wednesdays that they'll actually be available. And then Medical Mission Adventures. They have a free free clinic, which is providing medical, dental, optical, and mental health. It's happening on the 14th, which is going to be from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Community Bible Church, located at 2124 Lincoln Avenue in Altadena. So there's going to be medical consultations, mental health and wellness consultations, medication refills, dental care, vision care, eyeglasses on site, point of care testing, and spiritual care. For an appointment, they do ask that you call 626-360-0800, and appointments are recommended even though they are taking a limited number of walk-ins. Also on the 14th is the Altadena Chamber of Commerce and Civic Associations and Leadership Pasadena's Mariposa Night #2. It's an evening of storytelling by the Altadena business owners. It's happening again Saturday the 14th. Dinner being provided at 6 with the show beginning at 7 p.m. This is taking place at the Eat and Fire Collaboratory, which is at 540 West Woodbury Road in Altadena. There will be free Fair Oaks burger sandwiches for the first 150 registrants, and there will be multiple storytellers. For registration, please go to tinyurl.com/Mariposa Night and then the number 2, or you can scan the QR code. And then on Sunday, the 15th, there's an Altadena Turnkey Rebuild Summit happening from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Loma Alta Park Gymnasium. This will actually be where you can meet trusted turnkey rebuild professionals in one place, speakers and practical workshops to simplify the path forward, and all while preserving your choice in design and finishes. Lunch is going to be provided, and to actually participate in this, please register by scanning the QR code. And then as a reminder, the Emergency Rent Relief Program Phase 2 is underway, going on until the 11th, which is on Wednesday. And this is where tenants can now apply for direct emergency relief along with the owners of the home. And there is up to $15,000 that could be available per unit, which would be available for past due rent, utilities, and housing-related expenses. To apply, please go to lacountyrentrelief.com. And then Jazzy Jam for Empowerment in association with Soul to Soul Solutions and the Councilman Troy Hampton is providing their fifth annual anniversary of the Jazzy Jam Glam Prom Dress and Suit giveaway. So for 2026, it's actually taking place March 28th and March 29th. This is where vintage and new suits, along with dresses and everything you need for the special night, are being provided. This is for all seniors. And all seniors are welcome, including the surrounding areas. Now, these are high school seniors, not seniors by age. And this is taking place at the Paseo, 300 East Colorado Boulevard, at 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And I believe it's their suite 151 or 150. I'll have to get that. I'll verify that. Or it might be a different suite this year. As a reminder, the Black Excellence in Art exhibit is still displayed at the Collaboratory. They will be going through the end of the month, and actually the last day of the month, the 28th of March, there will be an exhibition closing ceremony with words from the artists. This will take place again at the Collaboratory, which is at 540 West Woodbury Road in Altadena from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. But until then, please go and check out the exhibit and enjoy this night's artwork. And with that, I'm going to end it. Not a whole lot right now, but as you all know, by the end of the week, there'll be a lot more going on. Tony and Brian are Brian's back. Okay.
Back for more excitement.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to turn the light on. Sorry. Turn the lights on. All right, let's see who else has joined since then. Still the same folks. Well, we've coming up on an hour, about a minute and 30 left. Thank you, everybody, for jumping in and checking us out. Thank you for following us. Please share this with all your colleagues, especially the ones you know that live in Altadena, Pasadena, and Sierra Madre that can benefit from the information that we provide on this show.
Precisely.
So you got any parting words?
I do not. Other than toodles.
I think we should all respond like Tony. I don't either, Brian.
Neither do I.
Not.
But can you pass some great poupon?
The
But
poupon.
of course.
That commercial, 2 Rolls Royces roll by each
Right.
other. Only 2 cars on the street.
Exactly.
Do you happen to have any great poupon?
Yeah,
What's
because I'm making a sandwich at the same time.
in
Yeah,
the car.
in my Rolls Royce. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Hey, everybody, happy Monday. Hope you have a fantastic beginning and, amazing week. Till tomorrow. What's happening again tomorrow? Who's our guest?
I don't know.
I'm working on that.
Oh, okay. TBD, but
We
just
have
know
one
it's
for
going to be
Wednesday and
fabulous.
Thursday, though.
It may be Ash level on them. I'm kind of working on it, but we'll see.
Okay. We'll tune in to see who our special guest will be. And we appreciate you all for the support. Hope you have a good one. We will say peace out. Where are my fingers? There they go. All right. Later day.